Great afternoon and a wonderful evening to all our friends from West. Meditation process is, as you can tell, the third day today, is very easy. Welcome to everyone who's joining new. The practice that we're doing, Anapanasati, and the goal is to empty ourselves, empty our mind, or drop our body consciousness. Emptying our mind is equal to dropping an idea, the notion of everything that is material. Everything that is material, our body, our environment, our past and future thoughts. And when we do that, when we empty our mind of all thought, then we're automatically dropping everything that is material. And when we do that, then we are non-interfering into a physical body. So we are allowing the body to function well. Where the physical body interference at that point is only if there is any external stimulation, but otherwise we are allowing the body to function naturally, because every thought is also influencing the body to function. And second, we are structurally allowing the brain to change, but more importantly, the third one, which I wanted to talk about, is this emptiness. Now, this energy field, or the consciousness that we become one with. It's important to understand what does that emptiness look like, because every day we are spending a lot of time in it. Now, we may not understand it fully, what it may look like, what it may feel like, because it is infinite. Essentially, when we drop all things material, the notion of our planets, stars, our earth, our nature, our places and cities, the industries, then our homes, our communities, family, and ourselves. When we drop everything, because every thought is about these, and then as you withdraw thoughts, you're taking out one by one by one by one from your awareness. We're taking one by one. When you're taking out one by one, then we are slowly will be left with nothing around us, including ourselves, because we also, the notion of body exists with a thought. We also forget about a thought or a feeling is there. We also forget about that too in meditation, where we are removing, when we remove that thought about the body, then we're slowly forgetting that too. So we will be left with nothing. We'll be left with nobody around. There is no one there. There are no places there. Because we are dropping all our past There is no time there. We also don't even think of any of those. So we are in that state. And so that emptiness is what we are spending time every day. So the emptiness, when I say become aware of that emptiness, or when we are experiencing that emptiness, it could be what color, it could be any color that you are, whatever that emptiness means to you. It could be blackness, it could be dark, it could be violet, bluish, it could be like a sky, it could be like a sea. If for you emptiness means immediately sea is what comes to your mind as from the childhood, and if you've been living at the coastal areas and then every day you would watch in and say, wow, what is empty, everything is empty, then that's perhaps what it may come to you, or you may experience it that way. Because this is an infinite field, and there are no sun now. There is no moon there, and there are no planets there. If sun is what is giving light, so that's also not the notion of sun forgotten or sometime. So one may think that it could always be very dark, possible. But it can show up in many, many ways, because that energy, that emptiness is now, it's all energy field. Emptiness, all energy. That emptiness can appear to us in many ways, because now from science perspective, it is an unlimited possibility. Every possibility is an experience. Every experience is nothing but a thought and a feeling. So we are observing in that emptiness. And the longer we stay in that emptiness, that's the idea, is to go away from the notion of body or material and then spend in that emptiness state. That's all. The longer we stay in that emptiness, then we are definitely changing the body, we are changing the mind, we are connecting into this energy, and we're drawing energy. With a process called when we are in the empty state, there is additional neuropeptide secreted in our brain. And so the pineal gland does become very active. And so scientific evidence is there now that, through a concept of piezoelectric effect, there are crystals in the pineal gland which are rubbing, and then they are loosening up, and then getting this antenna up. Then we go empty, and then it starts receiving that unlimited possibility of anything to anything. So the idea is that if there is an infinite intelligence, and then we are receiving, we're connecting in with an antenna. When we go into meditation and silence ourselves completely, then that chemical seems to get produced more when we deeply, deeply rest the body. Like in sleep, whenever you deeply rest, then we are slowing down our brain waves, and so automatically we are going into that state, because this brain seems to produce that chemical. From many, many thought to become lesser and lesser and lesser and lesser, and few to none. So in our meditation, every day when we're guiding, we take some time to settle down. Some people, depending on the practice, you take some time to settle down if you've been a regular practitioner. Or sometimes you are, even though you are a senior practitioner, it can take a long time to settle down if you are challenged with several problems that day at home or whatever, it can take. But after, as we are settling down, as we are slowly going into this, observing the breath, so the mind is becoming empty, And then suddenly that switch seems to happen at some point that we suddenly go into, we forget, and then we're in this empty state of mind. And some are consciously aware about it, some are not consciously aware. Point one, and it is absolutely okay. Some are consciously aware of that emptiness, some are not. But when we are going into the emptiness, automatically we are being with it. And so the body involuntarily works, and then so the pineal gland activation happens, and then so we're receiving the energy is happening, all that is happening. But some are consciously aware to experience that emptiness. So our guidance is going into become aware of that emptiness on your left side, right side, inside, outside, all around. And that's energy. Now that's where some feel it as energy. That energy of vibration. Yesterday somebody saying, and I was feeling some vibration. Tingling sensations are movements of the body. Any of those can happen, as I talked about yesterday in the meditation experiences. The experiences are just merely telling us in the initial state that, okay, there is something beyond body that you don't imagine something, but it's going to show up there. To feel that we are there, it is to telling us that we are receiving that energy. And then beyond a point, as you go along, the experience also tell you something more specific can. Then, or there may be that energy, that signal information that we receive, because everything that we receive is energy, is information decoded. In spiritual language, it's called Akashic records. Akashic records. We've heard this. And so these Akashic records are encoding information about all things that exist ever, before and past and future, because when there is no time, past, future, everything present exists simultaneously. So it is there in the decoded, and then we are gathering those records about ourselves, about everybody. If so, it is required for us. But that's a different aspect. But the point is that we are receiving information that is very relevant to live a beautiful life. Let me put it that way. If you are an inventor, you might receive some insight. If you are trying to execute a large project and you got some challenges with the problem with this or that, it might give you some insight, a solution for the problem. If there's a relationship challenge, then it might tell you something to do specific. Go and get those flowers and give, if that's what it is. Whatever that may be, that we start developing and receiving that. So, dear friends, this emptiness, when I say become aware of that emptiness, I'm asking you to, if you are consciously aware at that point, to be able to take my guidance, then I'm asking you to then just reinforcing that there is this emptiness around. If you're not consciously aware, you don't have to bother about that. No, I couldn't follow the guidance, not required. Now you are in a trance state. There is a state that happens where someone is in trance, where you vaguely hear me, you vaguely hear the music, vaguely hear my guidance, but you don't know what I'm speaking. You don't have to pull yourself back to listen to my guidance. It's not necessary. My guidance and the music are secondary beyond a point. You observe your breath, and slowly you empty yourself, is happening automatically. As emptying, then you're going into this emptiness. Sometimes you're consciously aware, connected, sometimes you're not. When you're consciously aware, the guidance tends to take you a little more deeper. And there is a third step, those who are consciously not aware, no problem, be there. If you are somewhere half here, half there, don't pull yourself back. The moment you feel you are in this some weird, vague state of, things are happening around you, but you also don't know about yourself, that means it's the right state. You are in this empty state. So be in that state. And in case you are fully thoughts, then anyway, my guidance is sort of reminding you to come back and observe the breath, right? It is not necessary, it's not important to always follow the guidance. I want to make sure you understand this. And when you are in a state of emptiness, where I just explained, so you try to be into that state. Now, if slowly, after some time, people get thoughts. When you get thoughts, then bring back our attention to the breath again. All right, friends? So we'll do meditation once again. We're doing breath mindfulness meditation, anapanasati, to empty our mind. And to go into it, we're doing a process called heart elevation for a few minutes, and then we go into this anapanasati, or observing our breath. So heart elevation, I'll come back. You can just follow my guidance and then click on the anapanasati slide. So anybody new, click on anapanasati, please. Anybody new, this is the posture. You sit down on the chair or on the floor, very, very comfortably, legs crossed, fingers into fingers, eyes closed. Remove the specs. Remove the specs. And then observe your natural breath. In the middle of the eyebrows, take that as a reference point, and then observe that natural, normal breath. You don't forcefully inhale or exhale. Just observe your breath. And when you observe your breath, mind becomes empty. In case you have thoughts, bring your attention back to the breath and then observe again. And as a newcomer, please go back and listen into day 1 and day 2 videos to understand this process much more. Yes, so let's go into meditation once again, dear friends. Relax yourself, sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Legs crossed. Dear friends, dear masters, keep your hands on your chest area with your eyes closed, specs removed. Rest your attention on your breath and on your heart. Take a slow, long, relaxing breath. And can you feel your sacred heart? With your attention on your heart, with that slow, long, relaxing breath, feel your beautiful heart, the beat, the rhythm of your heart. Connect with it. Feel that center of emotions, which is nurturing all life with its love, joy, gratitude, compassion. With a greater love for life. Feel your beautiful heart, dear friends, which is always there for you. And can you recollect an event, an experience from your life where you felt enormous love, joy, gratitude, appreciation, and relive that moment and elevate yourself? relive that moment and feel that energy of love, of joy inside your beautiful heart. The more we experience love, joy, appreciation, dear friends, the more we become one with all things and everybody. The more we become coherent with this energy field, we are deeply interconnected with each other. Deep inside, we are specks of energy, intricately connected in this quantum entanglement. Feel that love, that joy, that gratitude. And allow yourself to direct that energy to heal you deeply. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. And slowly, dear friends, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, placing your hands comfortably in your lap, with your eyes closed, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. In this meditation, we observe our normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath for the whole duration, with our eyes closed. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. As your mind becomes empty, we experience that greater emptiness, that energy all around. When you experience this emptiness or energy, be a witness and be with it. Be with your breath. Become one with that in breath and the out breath, and allow yourself to slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. Observe any sensations in your body. Can you sense energy in any part of your body, all around your body? When our mind is empty, we channelize all that energy into the generous present moment. And our body functions most naturally, develops greater immunity, intelligence, with your eyes closed. Observe your natural, normal in breath and the out breath, and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. Become aware of the emptiness inside of you, all around you, as you merge into your breath. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts. As your mind is empty, become aware of that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Become aware of that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing, no place, and no time. Allow yourself to merge into that emptiness, that blackness, that void of no body, of no thing. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. This is the intelligent, unlimited quantum energy field. The longer you stay connected to this field, the more you become of it and the more you receive from it. If you find yourself distracted in thought, gently go back to observing your breath and slowly become empty. The longer we stay connected to this field, the more open we become, the more creative we become. Allow yourself to stay connected to this emptiness, that void, that energy. Go deeper and deeper into yourself. This is your divine self. This is that quantum consciousness. Friends, let's express gratitude. It's an honor and privilege to be experiencing this life at this time of history. Express your gratitude to all things and everybody, to your parents, to your teachers, to your mentors, to all the people in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, and everybody. And be thankful to this nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals. And deep gratitude to all the things you use, the technology, the places you visit, your systems. And be grateful to yourself and to this quantum field, to this universe. Relax your body, feel your body, and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body as you relax. As you relax, recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you experienced? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can place your hands over your eyes for 5 seconds. And then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. As you're relaxing in, I'd like to do a quick poll. 1 or 2 question poll just to understand how many of you are new to meditation. Can I launch the poll, please, Arvind? It's asking if you attended this program before. And second question is, if you are not attended or attended, how long you've been meditating? Yoga, pranayama, prayer, contemplation are not meditations. We need more. Only about 50% have responded. Little more. Okay. Arvind, you can close. So, right, friends. So, clearly, there are many who have been attending the program before. So, we have 1/3 new, 2/3 who have attended, but many of them, of course, are less than 3 months or 1 month. So, new. So, seems like we have about 50% new and 50% people who are practicing for more than 3 months now. So that's a conclusion I draw from this. That's wonderful, which means we can do longer meditations pretty early on, as we have many senior meditators in this group. Yes, Mr. Anil Kumar. Just take one sharing.
Very good morning. I'm Anil Kumar from Bangalore. Today is my second day. My question is like when I concentrate on my forehead, let's say that's the third eye, whatever I do. Tingling happens initially. At some point of time, it fades away, the tingling. And my question is like, am I concentrating properly or else is it just a normal that after some point of time, the tingling fades away?
Yeah, it is normal because the experience that we get is unpredictable. So it can be there for the whole duration. It is there for just 2 seconds and goes away. Or you get something else, or you get nothing. So it's all completely unpredictable. It's not linear. So day to day also it changes. If some people may experience for 3 days many things, but afterwards for another 1 week nothing, or for 1 month nothing, right? So this is an unpredictable. It's an infinitely possible field. So what happens when is not linear. So anything can happen. But you are in the right meditation because you felt tingling sensation. So at some point you're all definitely empty. The reason it's tingling here is because that pineal gland is getting active. Third eye, which is essentially the pineal gland, is right in the middle of the brain, with here and here, and then here and here. So a lot of people feel it because of that thing getting active, right? And some people don't feel it. Doesn't mean that they're not having it active. It is getting active, right? Okay.
I have a second question. Thanks, Richard. And I heard the word you were saying that Akashic records. So if we do the meditation, we can access the Akashic records. What exactly that means, and how long does it take to access that? I mean, how long do you have to meditate for it to access it? Because coincidentally, yesterday night only, I just heard that word about it actually, and coincidentally today morning, I just heard from you. So just wanted to know about it. Is it the apt time to know?
There is every day in meditation, we are connecting into this field. Every day we're connecting into this field. That field is this consciousness, that is this intelligent, unlimited possibility field. We're going to learn this as we go along. All right, as we go along, we're going to learn this. Now, all of us have patterns. Every thought, every feeling, every memory is an energy pattern. So all of us are a bundle of energy patterns of past memories and all of that. So that's also called samskara. So they're all there here, they're all there in this energy before, right? And so you can say those records are everything that ever existed of you, me, and everything, everybody else. Now we are accessing that field all the time. Now, what you want to do is, with regular meditation, we are connecting into this energy field and then we're receiving things, and then we are always receiving that is relevant to us. We're always receiving that's relevant to us, always receiving where you place your attention on something, then you receive that. Okay, so now there is no time frame for it, and we are connected with it all the time. Everything is based on the intensity of your practice, right? The more you practice, the more meditation you do, the more you're able to be with it, the more you drop your body consciousness, the more you expand your knowledge and wisdom that everything I gain is for the right good of me, myself, and everybody, then the more is revealed, the more we understand it. That's how it works, right?
Thank you. Thanks for your.
Okay. Right, friends. So I'd like to introduce, yes, Abrahamji, like we have a session to go today. And tomorrow we're going to have a breakout room session where your facilitators are going to be with you and then clearing a lot of questions. We're going to have a full 45 minutes tomorrow with a facilitator. We are divided into many subgroups, right? It's going to happen in the session. So hold some of your questions. I want to cover some scientific concept about brain waves. Yes, Abrahamji, please go ahead.
I just want to know, this is my second day, Chandraji. I want to know the strength of the breath, what we breathing. That is, should it be deep breaths or should it be shallow? I'm varying between them.
In meditation, we are doing the natural breath. That means you're not doing anything to your breath. In the heart elevation time, where we are doing a slow, long breath, only to feel our heart, because that's a very body activity. But afterwards, when we are becoming into this, when we're going into the anapanasati, breath mindfulness meditation, where we're not doing anything to the breath. We're just observing, being a witness to that breath that exists already with you. Your natural breath, whatever right now that you are doing, right now you are doing some breathing. That breathing is automatic. That's what you have to observe. All right? We're not changing the breath at all. We're just observing what is already there.
When I do automatic, more thoughts are coming in. But when I am able to do some deep breathing, my consciousness becomes stronger. Am I right on that?
I know, no, we're not. By breathing, that means we're still trying to do something external, some other activity to distract ourselves from the thought. We don't want to do that. Right. Then we'll always be with that breath and we'll not be going away from the body. See, breath is still in the body. Our goal is to go away from the body, away from this life. So that means we have to forget that completely, right?
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. All right, friends, I wanted to introduce quickly some of our facilitators who are there with you and then engaging with you in the groups, right? So tomorrow they're going to, of course, be with you for a long time. So let me start with Namita madam. Please introduce yourself.
Namaste. Very good morning. Good evening, dear friends. I'm Namita. I live in Gurugram. I am team facilitator for the teams Crystal, Orange, and Wow Crystal Orange Plus. My transformation journey had begun in July 2020 when I had joined this 40-day online meditation program. Since then, I have been enjoying immensely this journey. I have gained physically and mentally enormously. I was suffering from insomnia, the sleep disorder. I was on heavy medication. I stopped taking pills altogether within 3 weeks of starting my meditative journey. And certainly, I can say that I have become a better version of myself. Now, I don't panic in any kind of adverse situation. I am able to handle the pressure in a better manner, though I have not succeeded completely, but yes, still. And most importantly, I have started enjoying small things in my life. I am happy without any specific reason. I don't need some particular work or task to be accomplished first and then feel happy. I am really thankful to Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, and the entire team for giving me this opportunity to be together in this journey. Thank you so much. And moreover, as a facilitator, I always like interacting with the participants. This gives me the opportunity to learn more. And the responses I get is also very enriching. And I really feel happy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Wonderful there. Yes, let me introduce, yes, Mr. Jagan. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Namaste, everyone. My name is Jagan, and I'm working as a project manager in a MNC, and I have 18 years of experience, IT experience. So it's been 4 years that I have been meditating, and I've seen a lot of transformations in my life. And from past 4 years, I became a non-vegetarian. I became a vegetarian, and my whole family became vegetarians now. And what I got from meditation is more clarity, more intuitions related to my work that improved a lot of productivity and my career growth. And apart from that, I can see that huge a whole day I became energetic. So my working hours drastically improved. So my which helped again to my career growth, and I gained a lot of wisdom, and uh, I'm the team facilitator to the groups Crystal Blue and Crystal Blue Plus, and this is the 6th time I'm doing as a team facilitator. Thank you, Chandra sir and Vani ma'am, for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Jagan. Wonderful. Jagan is, there is, every facilitator has so much of knowledge with them. So please do interact very closely and then gain everything they have to offer. They're all doing it very voluntarily. Yes, Naga Pradeep.
Good morning, friends. I'm Pradeep by profession. I'm into software industry. I'm practicing meditation for over 9 years now. I'm the facilitator for the group Violet and Violet Plus. Been associated with Chandra sir for over 3.5 years now. So what I have learned mainly through meditation is being in this competitive world, I understood there is no such thing as competition because everything is abundance everywhere. So we just need to tune to that potential and experience it. So once I realized that, it's been a lot of peace in the mind. So we can interact more in the coming days. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you. Yes, madam. Apurva, madam.
Yes, sir. Hi, everyone. I'm Apurva Konmurthy, and I'm from St. Louis, USA. I'm an IT professional. I'm the team facilitator for the groups Indigo Plus and Indigo, and I have been practicing meditation and attending to Buddha CEO programs from last 1 year. It has been a wonderful experience, and I have transformed a lot. I have become more mindful, and I am able to heal myself. I had some health issues, and I have come out of it, and it's really a good experience. And meditation has improved my creativity and learning skills, and I was able to achieve my certifications. And also I had did some manifestations which have come true. And this is the first time I got the opportunity to become a facilitator. And I'm very happy to assist my groups. Thank you, Buddha CEO team and Chandra sir, for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. What are your groups?
So Crystal Indigo Plus and
Indigo Plus and Indigo. Okay, wonderful. So we'll introduce the remaining 2 facilitators tomorrow. We have 2 more groups. We'll do that tomorrow. Lakshmi, madam, we had an announcement before I just talk about a couple of concepts.
Yes, sir. One is on the self-assessment survey link that is sent to all of you. So self-assessment forms can be taken by all the participants, irrespective of whether you want to opt for certification or not. So this is the best way of assessing where we stand before we started the journey and after at every regular interval, right? So I request all of you to please take up this survey and gauge yourself exactly how we are progressing in this journey. So far, we have received around 251 responses, out of which we have 210 participants opting for certification. So in case anyone else wants to join the certification group, please feel free to submit your survey, and then we can get back to you on this. And point number 2, in the Violet group, we have by some technical glitch, we have a lot of people getting added to the group. So we are planning to shift them, few of them, they'll be moved to another group. Okay, so don't be surprised when you see yourself in a different group other than Violet. Of course, you will continue to be there as a part of Violet group too. And it's you can opt whether you want to leave Violet group or continue in that. So just want to inform this to all of you so that it doesn't come as a surprise. So to certain queries on registration to WhatsApp groups. So please register to the program at buddhaco.org/crystal. I have pasted that in the chat window. And after registering, even if you are not getting added to any WhatsApp group, please drop a note to the phone numbers that is there in the chat window. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's for those who say they could not get added to the group, right? Okay. Anybody new who just got the link and joined, if you can register, then automatically you will get a link to join the WhatsApp group. All right, friends. So I'd like to cover a couple of concepts that what meditation is doing to our brain. One of the biggest things that it's doing is it's actually changing the brain, but it's some things are happening on there. So let's understand these concepts. Over the period, we're going to understand what's doing to our body. Next week is all about body and a little bit of the mind. And then of course, then later on we'll understand this whole energy field consciousness. It's about body, it's about mind, and then it's consciousness. We understand all these 3 deeply during the 6-week process of how it is either changing or how it's making us benefit from these 3 things significantly, right? So let me share this slide. So I want you to pay attention to the left side of the picture, which is in a glacier, right? So this glacier is representing, there is a portion that is seen portion of the glacier, there's an unseen portion that is below the water. Now mind, if you consider divided to 2 parts, conscious and subconscious. Now, subconscious, I've used a word below that, unconscious mind included. So you actually divide mind into conscious, subconscious, unconscious, and you can go on dividing into many layers as you go deeper in study of this. But for a moment, simplicity, there is conscious and there's subconscious. And in between, there is a barrier, and that is this analytical mind, which is like acting like a barrier between conscious and subconscious. Now, what is conscious mind? Conscious mind is that seen portion, which we are using only 10% of it. The subconscious, we're using 90% of it. It is the big portion of our daily activity is 90% is driven through the subconscious mind. Whereas the conscious mind, which is, we're utilizing about 10%. Now, the conscious mind is responsible for logic or abstraction, short-term memories, your willpower, learning, decision-making, your visualization, reasoning, practically everything that you're trying to do or anything bring a new change they're bringing in is trying to be done through this conscious mind. We're learning a language, it is here. If you're reading a book, it's here. It has to support you. Now, what this is saying is that we are utilizing a small, our conscious mind, much bigger in the size of the brain, but we're utilizing a small capacity of it. Whereas subconscious, much smaller in the size of the brain, but utilizing more of it. Now, subconscious, which is bottom side, where you have this routine thoughts, routine feelings, our behaviors, our attitudes, our beliefs, our habits, the perceptions of people and places and things. And they're all there in the subconscious, that it is driven through here. Everything of all of those are stored here. And also that the more deeper you go into the layers, which is where you're getting into the unconscious, which is the protective reactions, the automatic involuntary functions of the body, right? Your body is your heart is beating, your blood circulation, all of that is in the subconscious. And you go into this, deeper layers, which is also called the reptile brain or the unconscious mind. Now, all of this under the subconscious mind. Now, 90% we're operating through this. Our daily activities are driven 90% or more of what is there in the subconscious mind, because that is like the chitta. If the chitta is the bed of the seabed, and then all of the subconscious thoughts, behaviors, feelings, they're are always projecting and then causing various disturbances or various thoughts into your conscious mind. So primarily, many times what you have thinking in the conscious mind is predominantly driven through the subconscious deep memories and feelings, or your behaviors, or your beliefs that you formed for yourself. On one side, we hear a lecture and say, hey, I've got to do something about this meditation. They're saying so many things. But another side, there is a subconscious, very next moment, it is distracting you, and it is automatically pulling your attention away from this meditative thought into that firefighting you have to do today in office. Because that's been there living in your mind for some time now. Or, that house repair, or whatever, there is a leak happening and there's a lot of pressure from home. People are telling you, come on, you're not attentive to this, because you're seeing it again and again, and it is there. And so that is distracting you, and you go and think about it. Or your health issue, which is causing you to go and then think about more of that, even though you're thinking, I got to do something about meditation. I got to put it into more of my practice. We're inspired to do things, but then at the same time, the subconscious beliefs, subconscious programs are constantly distracting us and then not letting us focus and concentrate on one thing. And where your attention goes, there the energy flows. And so if you have spent most of the time on things that are not necessary, about that firefighting that you have to do in an office, or about a grieving event, whatever that is, and then where your attention goes, the energy flows. So naturally, you are creating more of those events into your life based on what is there in your subconscious mind. They call your subconscious programs. Primarily, a lot of it is driven through your beliefs and perceptions, the beliefs that you form for yourself. And so this idea of meditation is to go and then slowly deprogram the subconscious, and then reprogram with something very, very useful to you. And how is this doing? Meditation is meditation is as it's emptying, as you empty your mind slowly and slowly, this analytical mind layer, which is always wanting to analyze things, it is not letting you believe easily. So analytical mind is like a barrier. And some people have a thick analytical mind, some have a very thin analytical mind. That means they're ready to receive, they're ready to accept things before wanting to see it physically as a proof. Some people are stuck and saying, unless I see proof, I can't go forward. But some people are saying, let me take that as a thesis and let me work with it, experiment it, and see for myself. And so this analytical mind, which is constantly wanting to see and prove, is wanting to analyze with what you know from the past. And that's acting as a barrier to trying to analyze as opposed to see the essence of it. Right. And so meditation, as you empty your mind regularly, it is dropping that barrier. It is making the barrier with thin and thin and thin and thin. This analytical mind does not exist for a child. Somebody who is below 5-6 years before the condition, that does not exist. The only reason it's developed quite a bit is because we are conditioning them, right? If you don't condition them, it is gradually developed, but it does not exist. So child, whatever you say, they take it. You say you are stupid, they take it and say, okay, I'm stupid. But if for an adult you say you're stupid, then they are going and then doing all kinds of things, right? Before and say, how can they call me stupid? What did I do wrong? They go back and analyze things. But a child just readily takes it. Okay, stupid. They'll ask you, what is stupidity? And they take it because they directly go, it goes into your subconscious. Now, if it is a good thing, then they're going to take the good thing. If you say a bad thing or not so good thing for them, then they still take that, right? And so what is there in the subconscious is what is constantly projecting. And that is what is called your inner chatter. Is your inner chatter is coming from the subconscious. I'm not good. My health is not good. I'm not able to do it. Or some people who are saying, hey, I can do anything. I'm absolutely can. I know I can do it. Some have that kind of feeling. And they are there in that thought process, they're absolutely going forward, right? So meditation, first thing is doing is dropping that analytical and then slowly helping to reprogram subconscious. We got to go on it and do it for some time. The analytical mind, in order to soften it, it takes some time. And then to deprogram the subconscious takes some time. What is that time? It takes at least 3 weeks to reprogram many of those things that are out there. At least 3 weeks. And then 6 weeks is a great amount of time to be there. Now, the second thing that's happening in meditation, I want to talk about this is before we close the session for today, is this. Now, if you go a little deeper, what is there in this conscious mind, right? And then there is scientifically, they're measured. Every thought has got a frequency, brain waves they call it, right? The thoughts have frequency, and the frequency is determining what kind of thought it is. So the frequency is ranging at a very normal level. In a very stressful mode, it's called high beta frequency. That means you have several thoughts with high beta frequency. There we are very highly alert. You got this stressful thinking. You're constantly worried, you're constantly anxious, you're constantly frustrated. That is the state. This is the time your heart is also not coherently working. Right? This is the state. So the brain waves are in a high beta state. And the first thing in meditation is doing is it's dropping those, it's immediately dropping, it's giving, where your attention goes, energy flows. So when you don't put your attention onto thought, then these thoughts don't flare up. Otherwise, there's more energy to them. So first thing meditation is doing is to drop these high beta waves. From the conscious mind. Conscious mind, the waves are weak. Subconscious mind, they're very strong. They're like deep programs. Long-term memory, they've been repeated over and over. It takes more time to reprogram subconscious. Conscious is this mano, chitta, buddhi, hankara, 4 are there. Conscious is like manasu is, a whole bunch of derived thoughts coming out of the subconscious. So all these derived thoughts are weak, they start falling off pretty quickly. And the second is the beta waves that focused attention, active, awake. So where right now you're actually listening to me. When we are reading a book, we are actively there. When you're doing some work, whatever work you're doing is that active, awake state, focused attention. We want to be in this state and as much as possible in your day-to-day lives, because then you can get many things done. So that is the second set of waves. In meditation, we're dropping that too, right? So in meditation, you're going down into lowering the frequency, where you slightly, ultimately emptying yourself, right? So the beta waves, when you're doing active work, you go into this beta wave. When you're not doing any active work, we should be going down into the alpha, theta, delta, drop ourselves into those states. But instead, when we don't do any work, we are in this high beta state. In fact, because we are in this stressful state, in order to go away from stress, we try to do many things. We try to keep ourselves busy. Some people who are in the stress, to keep themselves busy, constantly eat something. Obesity is the reason, one of the reasons. We don't pay attention. We have these cravings, and then it becomes, body gets so used to it, and then you get used to this craving. And with meditation, we can break that pattern. So as you regularly meditate, then your thought frequencies, those frequent thoughts which have a higher frequency are going away, and thoughts with a low frequency stay. So alpha state, we drop pretty quickly. As soon as you close your eyes, as soon as you start observing the breath, you're dropping into the alpha states pretty quickly. And in between, again, the thoughts come, you go into the beta, high beta. Again, you're pulling yourself back into this by observing the breath into the alpha, which is positive thinking. You're fast learning. I've increased my speed reading. I've increased my reading. Earlier, I used to take, even to read, like say 50 pages. It would take me about 50 minutes. These days, I have to do 50 pages. It takes me about 10 to 12 minutes. I read quickly and I read faster. I'm able to read many books because you start scanning instead word by word. You start looking at a paragraph simultaneously. Our brain has a capacity to do an image reading. A whole page it can scan. So you can simultaneously pretty quickly look at what's the brief gist of that paragraph. It's not necessary you know it. Our words need not be fully spelled right, but the moment you know about them, consciousness, even if you have 5 mistakes in it, when you read the word, you can readily catch it and say, yes, it's consciousness, because you have the capabilities, it constructs. And so the more you meditate, you have faster learning, faster reading, synthesizing, all right? More relaxation, positivity. Then you go into theta, is in a beautiful state, very beneficial state. You start gaining insight, solutions to the problems, right? And these are these flow states. That means you forget of time and space and you are into deep concentration. And so this is where you get a lot of things done. When people who are, when you align to your purpose, and when you align to things that you really like, then you're going into this theta state. In meditation, we go into the states. When you're in a deep meditation, we are usually spending time in theta and delta states. A lot of times we're standing in theta and delta states. Delta is deep sleep or deep trance, a highly aware state in delta. Either you've gone into the deep sleep where it's very beneficial to the body, or in the delta, in the deep sleep state, they've discovered there is certain genes which is down regulating for cancer, right? The prostate cancer and then several others are down regulating the genes in this deep sleep state or this delta state, where you are, and meditation is naturally taking us to these states. Those who go into deep sleep, that means dreamless sleep, are in this state. Meditation is also taking us right there very quickly. And so that means very beneficial. And then beyond a point, sometimes we go into the supernatural state called gamma, where we got the whole brain synchronously working, and then we're getting many, many things done. We're significantly there. So sometimes it happens. But the point is, the more you meditate and regularly do it, then our thought frequencies of having around 50 to 67 thoughts drops down. For a regular meditator or a period of time, you are generally in a less number of thoughts, and then mostly you are in this alpha state. Even in a wakeful time, you go into this alpha state. And then when you're engaging in some work, you're going into this beta, active, awake state, but otherwise you're dropping yourself back into that state. And then you are in this less number of thought states, and you're generally in this positive thinking state. Things that happen to you, but you don't take it very negatively. You're always looking for a positive aspect of what is it there in that I can learn. When things good happen, we're all good anyway. But when things not so good happen is where we go into a spiral spin. And this is where meditators are generally staying in this positive. A lot of comments, they say, I changed me completely. I'm different person now. I do things differently. I'm slowed down. I don't get panic. They're all coming because we are in this state of positive thinking and deep relaxation state mostly. right, friends? So meditation is structurally causing us to be in the lower thought states. And then as a result, we start changing as a personality significantly. More we'll understand tomorrow and later, dear friends. Thank you very much for your time. This week is about an overview of meditation, scientifically understanding. We'll understand more on this topic on Friday again. So Fridays, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm doing a session, longer session talking about these concepts, and the rest of the days we have other things planned. Tomorrow, we're doing this breakout room, so we'll understand this tomorrow. Thank you all and have a wonderful day. And anybody wants to have any questions, we have our share it. We'll be here till 8 o'clock, so you can stay on. Otherwise, those who want to leave, consider the session ended. Thank you.
I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I won't live the life.
Friends, you can raise your hand in case you want to share or ask a question.
I
We can unmute you.
want to be proud of who I'm becoming. It's time for me to make a change. Start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. Step by step, I will make my own way.
Okay.
Yes, Deepti ji, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, sir. My name is Deepti. I'm from St. Louis, USA. I joined this for the first time. I want to ask, like, whether this meditation helps with any grief that we are going through. I recently lost someone, I am going through lots of grief, pain, and guilty feelings. So, just trying to ask.
Yes, madam, absolutely.
Mhm.
Meditation is definitely helping very quickly to come out of grief, to come out of any guilt feelings, because helping us detach, but it's helping us detach, but with a very in a great understand, with a great understanding. We're going to learn some science as we go along, that there's a life continuity that exists. There's always life continuity. You're here for your experience, somebody else is there for their experience. And life on the other side is very, very beautiful. So we understand a concept of there's no death, but leaving that alone, but just by practicing regularly, we're able to accept it with a lot of strength. It gives that inner strength to accept anything that's coming, any unforeseen situation that's coming into our life, with a higher understanding that there is life continuity always for each of us. And the life on the other side is much more beautiful than life here. Much more beautiful, much more grander, much more enjoyable and pleasurable. So with that understanding or not, we regularly meditate, then just the changes to the physiology that's happening into our body and mind, we're able to accept situations very, very naturally. Okay, just practice a few days and then you'll see for yourself. Just be with it. Because there is this notion that with meditation, we start gaining this understanding that I am much larger. I'm this consciousness, I'm this energy, I'm this whole thing. Everybody is with me. So you have the natural ability to connect in with people where they're here or not here. If you want to, if you wish to, one can connect in with those. You gain this understanding. And so we start having that feeling that that's fine. Nobody's really gone away from my life. Only slowly we experience it and understand what I'm saying. Okay.
Sure, thank you. That's my question.
Thank you, Deepthi. Yes. Mr. Satya Mahapatra.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning to all of you. I have two clarifications from your end. As I know from the past people, from different people, that when we are going to yoga or pranayam or any puja, we have to sit in the Padmasana. Initially, at the younger age, I can sit for a long time, but nowadays it is feeling me too difficult for a quite long period. So can it be anything to sit any position Padmasana, or I can sit any position? Number one. The number two is there is a concept. I don't know whether I am right or wrong. So you may please clarify. The second one is there is some you cannot sit in the floor, so that the puja or the things you are doing for the meditation, it app will connect it to and dissolve. The impact is not more. So is it correct? Is it right, or I can sit over some cushion or something, or I can sit in the floor? There is not. So these two things in my mind. Please clarify.
You can sit anywhere. No, everything is there. There are myths. You can sit anywhere, right? So floor is fine, mattress is fine, mat is fine, cushion is fine, anything is fine. We are that energy, that consciousness. So with meditation, we are experiencing that consciousness, and everything is that. That cushion is that, that mat is that, everything is that, right? There is more naturality to the objects. Some are more natural, like stones are more natural. Cushions are a little unnatural. But still, at the end of the day, they're still part of this conscious of the creation, right? So it doesn't matter, because what we are doing is, no matter where you sit, it doesn't matter. So what we're doing is we are emptying ourselves, and so becoming that energy or that consciousness where everything is now consumed in it anyway. Okay. So the goal is to be going away from the body. And if your seat is something that's bothering you, then of course it is always constantly not let you go out of the body or forget about the body and environment. So yes, so other than that, there is no other requirement. You just have the soft, nice seat or anything that just lets you forget and then not disturb your meditation, right? When it comes to the posture, again, the same thing. We're going to talk about this in a session. There are in the Hatha Yoga and then Raja Yoga too. In the Hatha Yoga, then you're talking of those which are required for the body to be flexible, stretching, right? So body works beautifully for you. There are a set of exercises, yoga, and then there is a set of them within that, those that are required to support your body to bear harsh conditions, weather conditions, meaning not normal conditions, cold, hot. So some of those conditions, particularly in the cold conditions, you need some practices which are going to help you. That's called Himalayan yoga, where specific things that are done to support your body. And there are some more which are even more stringent, which help you to hold, keep your oxygen into you. Some of the special breaths, special asanas and pranayama that we're talking here, which are required to do that. And then so they can go 24 hours, 48 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours, like that, right? Where for longer with less food, there are increasing order of them. So now when it comes to meditation, Raja Yoga, there are 3-4 different postures. Sukhasana is the most easiest and simplest that one can take. Sukhasana. Padmasana, Siddhasan, Baddhasan, those are all the variants of it, but they're not necessary for doing your 45 minutes or 1 hour of meditation or 2 hours or 3 hours of meditation. Sit in Sukhasana and then be with it. Now, if those who want to have much more intense meditations, and if your body supports, then take Padmasana and other asanas if your body supports it. But if body does not support, don't bother about it. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Vinay Katarji, can you please submit yourself?
Read this book. As many are now practicing meditation for quite a bit, read this book, The Royal Path, Practical Lessons on Yoga by Swami Rama. It explains various concepts of yoga, Hatha Yoga and Raja Yoga and Pranayama. All are explained, right? So it explains scientifically also. So you understand when I can use yoga, what is the necessity, and then what in incremental. Now, Swami Rama is one of the great masters produced by India, right? So he's until recently was there in Rishikesh, he has ashrams, and then most certainly very scientific and very always promoted meditation quite a bit. Yes.
Yes, please go ahead, sir. Vinayji.
Chandra sir, good morning. First,
Good
I
morning.
want to thank you that showing the path for a meditation, which I was trying to do for last 6 months, but I couldn't reach to that level. But in last 3 days, what I had experienced, even today I had experienced that whatever is happening to the energy, right, I'm now able to concentrate on that. But the thing is, my thoughts are flowing haywire and I want to concentrate on that, but I am not able to concentrate on one part. This is my first question. It is natural, or it has to be more practiced, or I'm doing something wrong with that so that I can improve it? That is one. Second thing is that uh, there is a deficiency in the nutrition, right? There are deficiency in the body. Will this meditation will cover those nutrition gaps or not?
Yeah. So first
Thank you.
one, so there is no concentration involved in meditation. Observation is there. So we are subtly observing our breath. And from breath, when we are becoming empty, we start experiencing some kind of energy or anything that you feel out of ordinary. If your body is suddenly rotating or feel like rotating, then you know it's not, you are not causing it consciously. It is happening. So observing the breath is subtly we observe the breath. Subtly means you know that there is this breath is there, not there. If there is a hot cup of coffee on the table, fumes are coming. And when I say observe that cup, you would see that there is cup, and then maybe because the fumes are there, there is maybe something hot. But I'd like you to stay that much, right? Not really go and say how much more coffee, how hot it is, what color it is. No more further analysis of it. We want to just be a subtle observation on the breath that, okay, I exist, there is breath going in, coming out. And then when you pay your attention subtly, that's it. And then slowly thoughts are coming down. And so as thoughts come down, then we experience that emptiness, which I said, if you're consciously aware at that point and become attentive to that emptiness and then be with it is the question, is what we're saying. Now, emptiness sometimes is energy, some said feelings. They felt something happening to the body, right? Are they seeing some visions or some colors? Now, be a witness to them. Witness means just observing, no analysis again, just observing. Okay, so there is that one, it's like a cloud going after going. So we don't really analyze unless a cloud has got like something very, very deeply different color, we don't analyze them anymore. That emptiness is there as a big canvas, like your sky, and then the clouds are coming and then they're going off one after the other, like the thoughts, the experience may come one after the other. I want you to just be a witness to the experience and then let it go. Now, if the thoughts come, if the thoughts are there, then we are in the thought. So many times we don't realize that we are in the thought. We continue to go thinking about that thought for a minute, two, or whenever that suddenly you realize you are thinking, then there's the time to bring your attention back to the breath again. Or when you hear my guidance, which is breaking your flow of thought, and then bring it back to the breath again. So now, I'm sure you are somewhere there in these states, right? So you said you're getting a lot of thought. When you're getting a lot of thought, then we have to bring our attention back to the breath. And then be with the breath again. Continue to observe. Breath becomes light, short. Slowly, as you observe it, becomes lighter and shorter. It was here, now it will be here. Sometime later, it will be here. When I say here, it is going from here to here. Initially, it is going all the way down, right? Your longer breaths are there because naturally the breath is obviously, if you start hearing, it will be longer, right? For sports people, they are starting from all the way from stomach. For other people, maybe somewhere here in the breath when you observe it. But I want you to just observe here. So the long breath, your sensation, you'll know the sensation of the long breath or short breath. So it becomes shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. So continue to observe it. You have further question on it, Vinay? Because you said 6 months you're trying, so you want to know where you are potentially may go wrong, or you can unmute yours, I guess. Unmute Vinay again.
Yeah. Thank you. Sir,
Oh,
the thing
yes.
is, whenever you are going into the third eye, right here, the focus is not able to be on this, right? It is always on the breath. So that practice, I think that needs to be practiced. Then you can be on this.
Right. Yeah. I'm saying put your attention at this here to observe your breath, not the third eye.
Okay.
Sense, you can sense the breath. For example, if I ask you to put your finger here, then you
Right.
know that there's breath going in and out, right? Now let's remove
Right.
the finger and then feel. Feel whether breath is going in through your nostril or not. Just feel with the eyes
Okay.
closed. So if you can feel the breath going in and out, we're just saying observe the same breath as it's going in the middle of the nose to the tip of the nose. That's all.
Right.
Root of the nose.
Okay.
Just see the breath is going in and coming out from that point. So your attention is on the breath, not so much on this the space of the third eye and see what is happening here. No.
Okay.
Attention is onto the feeling the breath there. Okay.
Okay.
The sensing or feeling the breath there initially, and then as you continue to this, slowly you will go away from the senses, that breath that you're observing. So that's really the idea. So you go away from even observing this third eye region.
Now I'm correcting myself here.
Yes, if it is getting tougher, I suggest it's okay. Go ahead and observe at this part, because this
Right.
part many people can feel the breath going in and coming out. They can feel
Right.
it. And just
Right.
be here, no problem. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And second part was, sir, so the deficiency in the body. For example, you have a deficiency in the nutrition of B12 or vitamin D, right? And your body system doesn't allow for a longer duration to sit at one place. So that way, how I can be on that? My second question was that.
Okay. So let me ask you this. This body has trillions of cell operations going on, right? Before you and I know, 1 million cells already got produced, and they're in the body now, every second. And they're all, how much of synchronization required in the body to take care of itself? How much? Do you have an idea? So where I'm going is, this is a very, very intelligent system. You know that it's not a fluke. It is a very intelligent system. If when it senses danger, it is producing chemical into the body, which to make a body distasteful. So it is even designed to protect itself from the physical danger from animals. It's produced a chemical to make it taste distasteful, increasing your eyesight. It is so intelligent at that moment. So this body has everything is required to heal itself. And that's also, I'll also ask you another way. There are vegetarians, there are fruitarians, there are breatharians. There are people who are living just with the breath prana. So how can we explain about them if food is so essential that is for us to exist, then how can we explain? There are people who just live off one meal. There are people who need all 3 meals, and somebody required 5 of them. So this is only a conditioning. The body by itself can exist. The prana is there. And then when we regularly meditate, the prana the energy, through breath we take prana, to food we take prana, that energy, subtle energy is there. And with meditation, we're taking immense amount of energy. And so those who go meditative requires, body has capability to automatically heal itself. So the deficiencies and all of them will naturally get sorted out, taken care of by themselves. Talk to Nagapradeep. He always thought supplements are required. Now they're not required. And then he's able to go with it. That was the conditioning I had long ago when I was there in West. The proteins, nutrients, calories. I don't put my thought into that at all. And I'm happily there, not forensic at all in all these last 20 years, happily there. Neither do I go for a test, not necessarily I feel is necessary. When we change our mindset, it is required, it is there, and then enjoy every part of the food. So there's all programming by the industry, programming that you have to take this one, that one. With meditators, it's not necessary. With regular meditation, you experiment for yourself. You'll see for yourself that you are so healthy and happy, that's not necessary, because it's producing everything inside.
Can we have Niti Paulji? Can you unmute yourself? Niti Paul.
Hi, I have a question, sir. So my question is like, as I mentioned earlier in the first day of the meditation classes, like I just started like meditation from last week. It's just about 1 week, and I have been meditating like for 30 minutes. So now my question here is, yesterday, like I was feeling my head was a little bit heavy, and my, like my shoulders and everything was very heavy. And today again, like I just, in the middle of the meditation, sir, I fell asleep. So it's like my mind is going and coming. So how to control that? Like my question here is like how to stop falling asleep and again come to the conscious mind, sir.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. It is a good thing if you're falling asleep in meditation. I just showed the brainwave chart, and one of the states is that delta state, which is a deep sleep state. And meditation takes us to deep sleep state. If so, it is required. Our meditation keeps us very consciously connecting to that field. Now, deep sleep is where you're also there in that field. Deep sleep is where your body repairs itself. So it is a common experience of meditation where people go into sometimes deep sleep. And many times you think you're in sleep, but you're not in sleep. You're just not aware. That's all. Okay. So there is nothing to do there, ma'am. So you just continue to be there, continue with there. So sometimes you may go to sleep, and then over a period of time, after all that body healing, inner healing happens, preparation happens, then you may not be going into sleep on a regular basis. Instead, occasionally may go to sleep, but nothing to do on that. Heaviness.
Is it heaviness, sir? Is it like something natural that can happen while doing the meditation or anything like that? Because like yesterday, I felt a little bit heaviness on my head. And today also I feel the same again. But on the first day, sir, I did not feel any heaviness. And I have been meditating for last 1 week, sir. That time also I did not feel the heaviness on my head.
Right. Like I said, it's very common. Heaviness is the first thing that happens for many, many meditators. And shoulders heavy, head heavy, or any part of the body heavy is very common in meditation. As we are going into these energy experiences, many things happen, how this possibilities show up. And then one form is this heaviness. Another form is lightness. So I don't want to go analyze this experience, why that happens, but it is understood, sufficient to understand that they are happening. And what do? You be a witness to them. Don't feel fearful about it, right? Just be a witness. Just continue with your practice. You are experiencing that. Don't analyze what's happening to you, but just be with it. Be a witness, be with it. In case you have a thought, then go back to observe the breath. Otherwise, just be with there. Just see it. Yeah.
Sir, I also have difficulty, as you were saying, like to focus here. I tried like focusing on the middle of the thing, and I really have like, I tried doing it, but it doesn't work. It's coming and going. So what I'm trying to do is like trying to focus on the middle, like in the middle of the head. Is it something like I can do or no?
It's coming back again. So we are observing the breath at that point. We are not observing that point.
Okay.
We're
Okay, sir.
observing the sensation of your breath as it is going, crossing that point and coming out. All right.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So
And
when we do that slowly, the breath becomes so lighter as we do that. And there'll be a point where you don't have anything to observe. So you have nothing to observe, and then you're gone into the empty sense. Yes, please go ahead.
I have one more question, sir. Sir, so here, as you know, sir, like most of the people are working, so the time doesn't match actually. So that's the reason I would like to know: is there any other timing that you have for these classes, like when people are going to work, and even if they're interested to join the meditation classes, is there any other way how they can do it?
Everything we are doing is on a website, madam. In the event space, everything we're doing, all the timings mentioned there. Okay.
Apart from this time, no other timing, right, sir?
Yeah, you just go and look at our website. We have more events coming up, so they are different timings. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
But this program is now. This program I'm doing only once in. This program is only in the morning time. It's not there, but instead you have YouTube videos. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, friends. So thank you very much. Yeah, let's just take Neerja. Madam?
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Oh, thank you. Sir, this is Neerja Shivaragopalan from Chennai. Actually, today I have 10 months old baby. While doing the meditation, she suddenly woke up, and to calm down her, I kept her on my lap. I kept her on my lap and I did meditation. Is that the right way?
It's great. If you meditate with the babies around, next to the babies, or have the baby with you, it's just great for the baby. Wonderful for children, especially young children below 5-6, where they can't meditate, they can't teach them. So when you meditate with them or with your senior parents who need some help, when you meditate with them, it's always great for them and great for you. Okay.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. That's how mothers can avoid unnecessary medication to children, infants, particularly babies. They can avoid unnecessary medication to them just by meditating. With your meditation energy, they can easily be healed. And that's a way to heal them, as opposed to heal them with medication. We reach out to the Tylenol, crocin, pretty easily when something happens, but so easily it can be overcome with the meditation energy of the mother. Okay. All right. Thank you, friends. So we'll see you all tomorrow once again at 6 a.m. Thank you all. And I think, Ashwin, we have a quick facilitator meeting, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you all. So we'll meet at around 8:15. Thank you.
My day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I choose love, love, love. Love, love, love. I choose it, love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet